Today I'm going to show you how we prep our bicycles before we load them into a shipping container. So our goal is to get the bikes as narrow and flat as possible so we can load as many bikes as densely as possible into the container. Our goal is to get as close to 500 as we can. So for what we'll be doing today, you'll just need two tools. So you have a 6mm Allen wrench that is going to help you loosen the stem so we can turn the handlebars, and a pedal wrench. So the pedal wrench here is just 15mm wrenches on both sides, but they're at different angles so that you can get the most leverage possible when removing the pedals. So I'm going to show you a close-up here of this is what the pedal looks like where it's attached to the crank. And you'll use this pedal wrench here to grab onto the flat sides where the pedal attaches to the crank. This side, or you can flip it over if that gives you a better angle. All right. So the first step is to flip the bike over. That way we don't have to worry about having a kickstand or the bike falling over on us. And you always want to make sure to face the rear wheel of the bike. That way both the pedals come off toward you. When you're removing them, you don't have to worry about which pedal is reverse threaded. This way, you just remember that they're always going to unscrew in your direction. So I'm going to take this crank and I'm going to put it parallel to the floor. Grab my pedal wrench here, find whichever angle works best for removing the pedal. And put my other hand on the opposite pedal and use the hand on the wrench to push down towards the floor. So once it starts to loosen like that, keep your wrench where it is. Ooh. Pedal the bike, and the pedal is just going to unscrew itself. Don't worry if you have something like a broken kickstand or your bike's missing some other parts. We're sending these over to shops that are going to fully refurbish the bikes. So it may not look nice and rideable now, but it will be in the end. All right, for the other side, you're going to do the same thing. Put the crank parallel to the floor, get the pedal wrench on there, push down towards the ground, and then pedal the bike with the wrench still on there. Before this bike goes into the container, we're going to tie the pedals to the frame with a little piece of twine. That way when the bike gets unloaded, it'll have a matching set of pedals attached to it. And the next step is to turn our handlebars. So the handlebars attached to the bike on the stem, that's this piece here. And at the top of the stem, you'll find a Allen bolt. So 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a number 6 Allen wrench. There's a chance you're working on a bike that's older and it'll be a 13mm wrench, or a bike that's newer and it might be a different size Allen, but I'm going to show it with this one because that's what you'll be using most of the time. So that little Allen bolt there is sometimes covered up with a little rubber plug or a cap, so if you don't see it there, just pull that off. I always like to stand at the front of the bike. This way I can put my knees around the wheel, and if this stem bolt here is rusty, I can just kind of push against the front wheel to help loosen the handlebars. So you don't have to fully remove this stem bolt, you just want to make it loose so that the handlebars start to wiggle back and forth. I'll grab on here, push to the side. This one was nice and easy, it wasn't rusty at all. You may have to push pretty hard and sometimes you hear a little popping noise. That's just some rust inside the head tube of the frame. Releasing, not a problem. I'll tighten this down here so that the handlebars don't flop back to where they were. And this is a perfectly prepped bike, ready to get loaded into a shipping container and then sent to one of our international partners. This seat here isn't super high, it's about level with the handlebars, but you always want to lower the seat, especially if it's sticking way up, because that way all the bikes are, a little lower profile, and we can stack more into the container. All right.